Hello Sagittarius, it's Ashley. We're going to do your reading for mid-November 2021. So this will be for the week of the 15th. We're going to look at a strength, a challenge, and then the potential outcome for you. And then we'll try and get some detail on what might be going on for you at this time. It's not going to resonate for every Sagittarius out there, so keep that in mind. If it does not resonate, I encourage you to check out your other placements. The schedule for those is listed down below. You can certainly hit that notification bell so that you know as soon as an upload takes place. What else? I kind of just feel like we're in this, almost kind of like the squeeze energy as we're kind of coming up to this eclipse on November 19th. I kind of feel like we're kind of going through some last minute little purges of things and kind of preparing us to take on a whole new cycle. So let's see what this week might be bringing for you. And your eclipse reading is already out there, Sagittarius, if you want to take a look at what this year's eclipse season might be bringing in for you in particular. So let's get started. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Death card. The Empress, interesting, Leo got this card in this exact spot. The Four of Wands also got the Four of Wands in this position, and then the Two of Cups. Okay. Alright, at the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Cups. So, it's almost like, I kind of almost get this feeling like you're not quite satisfied about something, but you're also not moving at this time. I feel like that's about to shift, but we're going to look and see why that Four of Cups might be showing up as your overall energy here. In the strength position, I do feel like this portal on 11/11 was probably important for you. This is the 11 card in this deck. It says opening heart, deep connections, and water blessings. So definitely some emotional, intuitive, deep love connection here showing up. And I do feel like an offer showing up here, but what's interesting is that I feel like initially you may even be a little guarded against it here. We have in the challenge position, and we'll get to this again in just a moment, but we have the Midas and the Miser. So with it being in a challenge position, it's kind of like this. It's this energy. The Four of Pentacles. Holding on tight to something, closing off, trying to, it says obsessive fear of losing your wealth. It could also be a situation where you're blocking your heart here. And so I think what the message is here is your best bet for this week is to open up. Opening that heart space, letting something in. Here, now we've got a lot of earth showing up here in this strength position. Could be dealing with a Libra Taurus because of that Empress card, but it feels very earthy. And I feel like part of what that is about is that, you know, we're in Scorpio season right now. We're dealing with all these deep, dark situations within us, like all of the personal planets have been going through Scorpio. But when they do so, they've been in opposition to Uranus that's sitting in Taurus right now. And Uranus is all about the breakups, the shakeups, like forcing you open. So it could very well be that if you allow something in, it's going to set you forward on your path here. So let's see if we can get some more details about this. The Four of Pentacles, we have the Six of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. With the Page of Pentacles, we have the Emperor, so some Aries energy showing up there, and the Nine of Pentacles, some Virgo. With the Empress, we have the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. So I do feel like there's someone from your past here that wants to work on this. They want to see movement. They want to see growth. They want you to open up your heart and open up to this potential. But I feel like perhaps you're maybe remaining a little bit stubborn here, maybe not wanting to accept this offer, and perhaps it's because you've at some point established some of your own independence, and that has been kind of a good thing for you. Could also be that, you know, you've been spending some time really just working, you know, and you're not wanting to distract from the progress that you've been making in that area of your life. Because there's a lot of pentacles showing up here, a lot of things about work, self-work, independence, building kind of your bank account, that kind of thing. But I think that it's almost like this first row is showing you, encouraging you that you're able to open up to both. You can be independent and keep working for yourself and keep building your bank account and enjoying your independence while also opening up to a love situation here. It doesn't have to be one or the other. So let's see what's going on in the challenge here, because I kind of feel like it's one and the same. And again, we have the Miser, so being closed off, it says hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth, or essentially opening your heart here. So that's showing up as the challenge. And we have the Ace of Wands, which already showed up here with this Empress energy. We do have the Emperor and the Empress showing up here, so this is a strong counterpart that's coming in here. And I do feel like they want to reconcile, come together in union, right? But I think you're having a hard time opening up to this. So let's see if we can get some more here. With the Ace of Wands, you know, the Ten of Swords. So I do feel like at some point this dynamic came to an end, because you're obviously in this more independent energy at this time, kind of relying upon yourself. So this relationship, I do feel like, is a past relationship that has come to an end. And while this person, your counterpart, might be coming in wanting a new beginning, brand new start with you, this was a painful dynamic in the past. The way it ended may have been really painful. There could have been some betrayals involved. Yeah, and it caused a lot of stress and worry. Then and now that it's being offered again, it's making you stay up at night and freak out about it, right? With the Three of Cups, we have the Star. So yes, this person wants to reconcile, they want to heal things, they want to move into a good place with you. That Six of Swords, it's like they want to leave the past behind and move into a more stable less tumultuous experience with you. With the Four of Wands, we have the Seven of Wands, so there's your resistance showing up again, and the Seven of Swords. And I feel like part of why you're resisting this is because perhaps this person bailed on you in the past, or there's a fear of abandonment happening here. You know, when we have that Midas, Miser, and that Four of Pentacles showing up together, you know, we hold on to something, or we close off, right, when we don't want something taken away from us. And that could just be, you know, you don't want to expose your heart because you've learned in the past that when you do that, it opens you up to, it makes you vulnerable to betrayal or pain or something being ripped from you, right? So we're kind of in this interesting place of, yeah, you have all these logical reasons why you shouldn't open up to this. But I think why you're stressed about it, why you're worrying here, your mental activity is like really spiking here as soon as this new beginning is offered. I think it freaks you out because this is such a deep connection. And it's not just a deep love connection, a soulmate connection. Could be a twin flame connection here. But it's also like there's a lot of passion between you and this person. And it's like you take a step and you slide down the hill. You know what I mean? It's kind of what it feels like. It's like this slippery slope. So I feel like that's why you're resisting it. Now I will say, with the open heart being your strength row, I do feel like that would be the thing to do here. It's almost like that's the guidance, right? In the potential outcome, we have I remember. You can see this person's looking back into this pool, where it's almost like they're scrying. It's like they're seeing visions. It says soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. And so it's like you may come to realize that perhaps this is part of your destiny, right? And that the two of you have come together for a reason here. It's not just so you could torture one another, right? And I do feel like you're going to find out that the reason that things came to a close with this person, there had to be a separation period here. It's like there needed to be a rebirth in both of you. Definitely feel strongly of the twin flame journey here. Let's see. We have the Six of Swords, the Death card, and the Two of Cups. So this is still a very strong connection. But often, I always feel this. We get the Six of Cups here, right? Which can be a love from the past, a connection from the past, right? But it's also got these children on it. I mean, you might have children with this person. But when I see the Six of Cups, it can kind of be like this past life or unfinished business kind of connection. But then with the Two of Cups, we've got these two adults on here. So there's been some growth in this dynamic. I feel like you've both taught each other some important lessons here. And it has evolved. So, let's see. The Six of Swords. We have the Strength card. So trying to find the strength within to, and the Queen of Swords, to make this move, to move into a healing, because the Six of Swords showed up here as your center as well, with the Star and the Three of Cups, this reconciliation, having the bravery to go forward and do this. And I do feel like that's what you end up deciding here, because you can clearly see something. So something becomes clear to you, while you're kind of in this back and forth energy of, do I open up or do I close this out? Do I walk away? Do I try again? You know, with the Death card, we have the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So again, it feels like there was a rebirth here because it needed maturing. It needed rebalanced. It needed to be it almost feels like it's like the karmic scales needed to come back to balance here. But this can also be that you're making the choice to move on from this because you're no longer going to tolerate something that's not within balance. So if the person that is approaching you with this reconciliation, wanting this new passionate beginning with you, has not grown, has not matured, then certainly, you know, make the wisest decision for yourself. I mean, either way do that, but I certainly wouldn't recommend that you return to somebody that hasn't, you know, grown, hasn't, their energy hasn't changed from the past. But I do feel like for the majority of you, it has matured for both of you. With the Two of Cups, we have the Chariot and the Four of Cups. So again, many of you might be deciding to move on from this because something about it doesn't feel like what you want. We've got the Four of Cups showing up here with the Chariot. It could very well be that the purpose, the soul plan associated with this, was the maturing of both of you, right? There is a love connection here. And going from the Six of Cups into that more mature Two of Cups energy was the purpose it served. And it could very well be that you're deciding to move on from this because you've matured, but it's no longer ringing a bell for you. So if that applies to you, pay attention to that. Like if the thought of a beginning with a new beginning with this person from the past only causes stress, it's not intriguing, it's not, doesn't even, like to me, this card can be like over it. So pay attention to that. Obviously, listen to your own intuition, right? But I do feel like it could kind of go either way. For some of those watching, this could be, and I feel like part of why that is I feel like for some of you, the counterpart that's coming in with that offer has matured. They do actually want this to grow into something. And I feel like for part of you, you've matured, but your partner can still can't meet you on your level, right? So you're having to decide to just move on and find something emotionally more satisfying and more on your level. So it's kind of interesting because it talks about fate versus destiny on that card. And we can often feel like when we don't step into our power here, like with the Strength card there, it can feel like everything is fated. Like nothing is within our influence or our control because we're kind of like in this victim mode. We're a victim to everything that happens. Whereas when we step into our power, we can start playing with the universe. We can start co-creating consciously, and we can make decisions that now become destiny rather than, well, if it's fated, it's going to happen to me, right? So take that as it resonates, Sagittarius. I hope you found that helpful. It does look like a difficult situation. Yeah. I will see you in the next one. Bye.